Welcome back to another episode of Cactus Plays Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney. My name is Bobby.
I'm Kevandre.
And last time we got some very shitty evidence that we stole from a computer that we're not disclosing to the other council for reasons unknown because we're the bad guy.
Yeah.
Right? And
Attorney Billie Eilish, Esquire.
Yeah.
That's us.
And now we're just going to trial with no evidence, practically.
Yeah.
This is not going to end well. Okay.
Court is now in session for the trial of Mr. Will Powers. The prosecution is ready, Your Honor.
The defense is ready, Your Honor.
Very well. Mr. Edgeworth, your opening statement, please. The prosecution will show the court that at 2:30 p.m. on October 15th, the defendant, Mr. Will Powers, killed fellow actor Jack Hammer in Studio 1 of Global Studios. It is impossible for anyone else to have committed this heinous crime. The evidence presented during the trial will all point to this fact. I see. Very well. I would like to move on to some testimony. Mr. Edgeworth, the prosecution may call its first witness.
Do I not get an opening statement, Your Honor?
No.
What a cunt.
Very well. I call a most familiar face, Detective Gumshoe, to the stand. Detective, if you would briefly describe this case to the court. Yes, sir. I'll explain with the guide map here. To understand this case, it's important to grasp the layout of the studios, see? This here is the employee area. The actors did a run-through of their action scenes during the morning here. This is the main gate to the studios. The security lady that works at the studios was here at 1 p.m. on that day. Past the security station there is a gate, see? Past that are the studios. And here it is, Studio 1. This is the scene of the murder, where the body was found. Now, on the day of the murder, October 15th, there were only 3 people here. The victim, Jack Hammer, the defendant, Will Powers, and a young woman, the production assistant. All the production staff were in the employee area until noon. But also the old lady was there.
Yeah, cannot forget old lady.
Then after lunch, the victim, Jack Hammer, went to Studio 1. Right after that, at 1 p.m., the security lady got to the guard station. No. Now jump ahead to later that day, 5 p.m. The production staff came to Studio 1 to perform a rehearsal. Needless to say, the rehearsal was canceled. The time of death was 2:30 p.m. The samurai spear found lodged in the victim's chest was a murder weapon. That's the case in brief. Anyone like to hear that again?
Should I listen to that whole thing again? I think we pretty much got the gist. He's got his time wrong and all that stuff.
Right.
So, okay.
And also, they said that, like, she showed up after they did all their stuff, after dude went to... What's it?
After dude went to studio...
After Jack Hammer went to the studio, the old lady showed up to work. But she was in the picture of them eating food.
Right. She's been there before. So, yeah.
So the murder weapon was a spear? How medieval.
Oh. Samurai spear added to the court record.
Your Honor, this case is quite simple if you ask one question. And that question is, what did the security lady at the guard station see? Understood. Let's call this security officer to the stand. Will the witness declare her name?
It's Old Bag.
Oh no. My, aren't you a handsome fellow? I'm afraid I'm a bit flustered. Your name, please. Oh, dearie, no need for you to be embarrassed. Just call me Grandma. Your name, please.
Seems Edgeworth has a bit of trouble getting his witnesses to say their names.
Oh, no. Wendy Oldbag, dearie.
Poor Wendy.
So just call me Grandma. Even when I was young, I was an old bag, but not really old, dearie. I was older children. Just call me my friend. Fuck you, chest club in junior high. Called me an old bag because I cried and had a crush on him. Objection! I object to the witness's talkativeness.
Sustained.
Yeah, objection sustained. The witness will refrain from rambling on the stand. I was just getting to the good part, dearie. Perhaps we can get to the testimony? Now, the witness was stationed at the main gate on the day of the murder, correct? Yes, see, I was. And to get to the scene of the murder, someone would have to pass by you? You know your stuff, dearie. You may begin your testimony.
She sure is one hell of an old bag.
That's just a thing.
Yeah.
Sure, why not?
Okay.
On the day of the murder, I arrived at the guard station at 1 p.m. Poor old Hammer and the rest had been doing a run-through there since the morning. I had some errands to run that morning. Anyway, it was 1 p.m. when I got to the guard station. I was at the main gate from then until 5 p.m. Now, the murder happened at 2:30 p.m., right? Interesting to me because a certain man walked right by at 2 p.m. It was Powers, that man right there, and he was heading toward the studio. I've got some problems with your testimony.
Yes.
You saw the defendant then? Very well. Let's begin the cross-examination. Mr. Wright?
Yes, Your Honor. Alright, cross-examination time. Let's do this.
On the day of the murder, I arrived at the guard station at 1 p.m.
Yeah, so up until that time, anyone who wanted to could go into the studio. Bah.
Well, there wasn't a security guard at the gate, no. But the main gate was locked, dearie. You'd need an employee card key to get in.
Right, the card key that I have.
Stole.
Stole. So what she's saying is no one who wasn't supposed to be there can get in.
Was there anyone at the studios when you arrived at the guard station? Poor old Hammer and the rest had been doing a run-through there since the morning.
That fits everything that we've seen. Nothing really impressive.
Aside from the fact that she was also there.
Yeah, she was also there, but
in the picture of them breaking the spear.
We don't have that picture.
It's not in the court file? Oh, fuck me.
Nope.
What's the fucking point of showing us the picture?
Yeah, just to create doubt, make it more confusing.
Some people.
So, yeah, okay.
I had some errands to run that morning.
That's some shitty shit. What you got going on there, old bag? What kind of errands?
Oh, well, you know, old lady things. Oh, well, you know.
Answer the question.
Actually, I was watching poor Hammer and Powers, observing, you know. Why would she lie about that?
Observing? Weren't you supposed to be at the guard station?
Whippersnapper, I told you I locked the gate, didn't I? I did my job.
I'm not sure your boss would see it that way.
Anyway, I always watch Hammer's run-through. Always. Never missed one in all my years.
Wow. I want to see a Steel Samurai run through too.
Well, he was ran through.
No, Steel Samurai ran through the other guy.
That's also true.
You could quit being a spirit medium and take up guard duty. Not a bad idea.
Anyway, it was 1 o'clock when I got to the guard station.
I mean, I guess that kind of fits now?
Yeah.
Okay.
I was at the main gate from then until 5 p.m.
That also fits? Kind of? She didn't sneak off for a snack or anything?
Yeah.
I'm not going to press her on that yet.
Now, the murder happened at 2:30 p.m., correct?
And that matches what we have on the autopsy report. So
Right.
Yeah.
Interesting to me because a certain man walked right by at 2 p.m. Now, I'd say that's probably the time to show her that picture.
Yeah. Now, what was the next bit?
It was Powers, that man right there, and he was heading toward the studio.
I think the picture on either one of these should probably be fine. So,
Yeah,
okay.
fair enough.
Fuck! No! Wrong button. Present. Let me get this straight, old bag. Sorry. Miss Old Bag. You've been saying since yesterday that you saw Mr. Powers, correct? But you're talking about the man in this photo, aren't you?
Just a moment, Mr. Wright. Let me see that photo. You can't just bring evidence to the trial and not clear it beforehand.
Look at this photograph.
Every time I do, it makes me laugh. What is this exactly?
None other than the Steel Samurai, defender of Neo Old Tokyo. Miss Old Bag, is this the Mr. Powers that you saw?
Of course. Didn't your mama teach you any sense, Sonny? Anyone can plainly see that's Powers, right? No, they can't. Well, I mean, I wonder...
True, Mr. Powers does play the role of the Steel Samurai. But that doesn't mean Mr. Powers is the Steel Samurai.
I know that. I wasn't born yesterday. No one in this court is accusing you of that, witness.
He's having trouble calling her old bag, apparently.
Yeah, fair enough. However, you do not have proof that the person in this photo is Mr. Will Powers, do you? Nosy old man. He's a judge! Of course I have proof.
What?
Huh?
Even Edgeworth is surprised.
The prosecution would like to ask the witness, please make known all the information in your possession ahead of time. How was I to know everyone would be so nosy? You should be ashamed, all of you. This is absolutely how old women work.
Yes.
Anyway, I showed the photo to the young detective. He told me, this isn't any good as evidence, pal. He didn't even give it a second look.
Wow, old Windbag has left even Edgeworth speechless. She's good.
Let's hear about your proof, then. Man in the photo. I never say anything I don't mean, mind you. That morning, during the run-through of the action scene, I saw Powers trip and fall. He broke one of the props. It was a big mess. Apparently, he sprained his ankle pretty bad. Now, look at that picture. You can see how he's dragging his legs, see? Clear as day. That's how I knew it was Powers. Happy? I don't think so. So he had sprained his ankle? Very well. Mr. Wright, you may cross-examine the witness.
She's got to be hiding something. I'll press her until she squeals.
Oh no.
Yeah. Don't press old ladies. I think that's really the point that I want to get at here.
Unless you want them to squeal, I guess.
Yeah, don't make old ladies squeal, please.
Yeah.
At least not in front of other people. You know, I'm not gonna kink shame you when you're doing whatever you want to do in private.
I never say anything I don't mean, mind you.
I don't have anything to press on that.
No.
It's okay.
That morning, during the run-through of the action scene,
That's just a lead-up statement.
I saw Powers trip and fall.
Alright, go on about that. Trip and fall.
Yes, and to think he's supposed to be the Steel Samurai. What a laugh. So Powers sprained his ankle. I helped make it better for him, of course. You helped make it better? I kissed it where it hurt. Let's just skip over that part, shall we?
What the fuck, old bag? Where was the assistant then?
Oh, her? She was cleaning up backdrops, I think. She didn't know about Powers' ankle. You may continue your testimony. He broke one of the props. It was a big mess.
He broke a prop.
Sure did. His own samurai spear.
His samurai spear. The murder weapon.
Luckily, I was there with my duct tape to fix it.
This strikes me as a significant detail. I'd better write this down in the court record. Yeah. Murder weapon. Minted with duct tape.
Apparently, he sprained his ankle pretty bad. I think we've heard enough. Haven't we, Your Honor? Well, there is one thing that bothers me. Which is? Where is this Steel Samurai costume now? Actually, well, we couldn't find it. We're looking, though. Anyway, that's not important.
It's kind of important.
The witness did see the Steel Samurai, yes. And it is clear that the person in the Steel Samurai suit was Mr. Will Powers. I suppose that's right.
Are you sure? You're sure, Your Honor? Yeah, I'm gonna object here, because it's not. Hold it right there. We keep talking possibilities, but we have to agree that this photo shows the Steel Samurai. Nowhere in this photo can we see Mr. Will Powers.
The defense has a point. I also wonder if someone else not caught on camera could have killed Mr. Hammer. We have to consider that possibility also.
When did you suddenly become kinda confident, Judge?
Then allow me to remove that doubt from your mind, Your Honor. Will the witness continue her testimony, please?
No need to ask twice.
Witness's account, cunt.
I agree. Witness is a cunt.
The time of poor Hammer's death was 2:30 p.m., true? The only person I saw go to the studio before then was Will Powers. No one else went there. If they had, I would have seen them.
So if no one else went into the studio, then it would have to be the Steel Samurai who did it. Mr. Wright, you may cross-examine the witness. Look, man, I think the judge gets too involved here.
Yeah, absolutely.
The time of poor Hammer's death was 2:30 p.m., true?
I'm fairly certain. Yeah, 2:30 p.m.
Yeah. And that was at 2 p.m.
The only person I saw go to the studio before then was Will Powers.
Yeah.
Let's present the photo anyway.
This will, yeah. Not really an objection, just a clarification, but okay. Hold on.
Look at this photograph!
This photo was taken by the camera at the gate for the studios, correct?
Yes, sirree, Sonny.
So, whenever anyone passes by here, it automatically takes a picture?
And here I thought you didn't know your head from a hole in the ground.
Right. Anyway, it's also true that the computer in the guard station records all security cam data.
Ooh. You know, if you wanted to work in the studio, we might have an opening.
That very computer printed out this photo. Note that on the back of the photo are printed the words, the photo number 2.
Even I know that means it was taken at 2 p.m. on October the 15th. Really, Sonny?
Actually, I knew that too. The issue here is the bit at the end where it says, photo number 2.
Photo number 2.
The computer only held data for one photo on that day. Don't you think that's odd? Shouldn't this photo be photo number 1 if it really was the only photo?
Order! Order! Please tell the court what you mean by this, Mr. Wright.
Actually, that's what I want to ask the witness. This evidence shows that not one, but 2 people went to the studio that day. Yet there is only data for one of the photos. Who could have erased the data for the other photo? Only someone with access. The security lady herself.
Eh? You watch your mouth, River Stopper! The only person I saw that day was Will Powers.
But the camera on the gate fired twice. That means 2 people went by.
Well, yes, that's what it would seem to mean.
Can the witness explain this to the court?
I don't understand these newfangled computer things. Edgy boy, help!
Edgy boy?
I am an edgy boy. Believe me, I want to. But I don't know what that means either.
Huh. Some help you are. You're a whippersnapper too. Whippersnapper?
Something the matter, Miss Oldbag?
Ah, that's right. I I just remembered something.
Let me guess. Someone else passed by the gate, someone other than the Steel Samurai?
Well, yes, I suppose you could put it that way.
I see. Your testimony, please.
Okay. Let's do this again. The other person.
Every day after I finish my guard duties, I have one other important job to do. I go through the photos recorded on the security computer and check them. I throw out any photos that aren't suspicious looking, you see. Come to think of it, now I remember throwing out one photo that day.
This bitch. His face! Miss Oldbag! This is the first I've heard of this!
Well, of course, Sonny, I've only just remembered it.
Right. Anyway, Mr. Wright, please begin the cross-examination.
Well, I'd say this was a turn for the unexpected, but
Her
I
face.
might have expected this.
Every day after I finish my guard duties, I have one other important job to do.
Okay.
I go through the photos recorded on the security computer and check them.
Tell me about that. How many photos are there, usually?
On a day when we're open to the public, we get more than 500 people. But on filming days or rehearsal days, well, we don't have much money. We never get more than 50, and that's a big day.
Do you back up all the security... Do you back up all the security camera data?
Well, they keep telling me to, yes. But those computers are just so frustrating. I throw out any photos that aren't suspicious looking, you see.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna need more on that. How exactly do you determine what isn't suspicious looking?
Oh, you can tell by looking at their faces, for the most part.
For the most part. This is a murder trial, Miss Oldbag.
Well, I didn't touch that suspicious looking Will Powers photo, did I?
I think she's missing the point.
Come to think of it, now I remember throwing out one photo that day.
And absolutely brace you on that. Well, who in the heck was in that photo you erased?
Humph, a fanboy.
Fanboy.
Steel Samurai fanboys, real freaks if you ask me. They get information about the rehearsals from gosh knows where. They're always hanging about. One was there that day.
Wait a second. Did you just say no one else could get in? I locked the main gate, so no one could get in. Those were your words.
Well, if you must know, there's a drain that goes into the employee area.
I'm well aware.
The gate has been loose for a while. The grate, I mean.
Yeah.
It leads outside, and well, that's where they come in.
They come in through the drain.
I told you they were freaks. Oh, and
And?
they're kids, children, whippersnappers.
Kids? So, on the photo that you erased,
It was a boy, probably 2nd or 3rd grade.
what?
Order! Order! Let me get this straight. You saw 2 people pass by the gate on their way to the studios that day. One was a Steel Samurai dragging his leg. The other was a boy who looked to be in about 3rd or 2nd grade.
Oh yes, well, we see his type there every day. Can't stop him, can't catch him.
A boy in 2nd or 3rd grade? I assume it would be hard, if not impossible, for a young boy to wield the samurai spear.
It would be incredibly easy.
Yeah. Impossible, I think. It's quite heavy.
Right, as I said, I didn't pay him much mind. That's why I erased the data.
Nick? What's going on? I mean, the boy was there. That makes him a suspect. Yeah, and they're already trying to unsuspect him.
The court will take a 5-minute recess. I want the defense and the prosecution to consider this new information. And no forgetting vital information this time. Old bag.
Never let an old bag testify. I mean, that's real. Mr. Powers,
Yes?
Tell me straight. Were you really in your dressing room? You didn't go to the studio?
I didn't go to the studio. I was sleeping, honest.
So, who was the Steel Samurai in that security photo?
How should I know? The Steel Samurai costume was off in the corner of the dressing room. Anyone could have walked in and taken it, really.
What? You should take better care of that stuff.
I couldn't imagine anyone would want to steal a Steel Samurai costume. So, where does this leave me?
It doesn't look good. You're the only likely suspect right now. Nick! What are we going to do? First, we play for more time. We'll start targeting someone else that could conceivably have done this. Right. And it'll take them so long to shoot us down that we can get another day. Right, but if we pick the wrong person, we might lose on the spot.
You don't sound very optimistic.
I'm not. I'm not optimistic at all, actually. Yeah. Hey, Nick, it's time. Okay, let's go. Sigh.
What does that mean? Please don't sigh like that. Court will now reconvene for the trial of Mr. Will Powers.
Anybody want to save there?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay. And hey, we have a very nice safe spot. So back to number 1. Okay.
Sure, why not?
What? We keep the cycle going.
That's fine.
Just in case, like,
Yeah.
oh, it turns out all of our recording was shot this episode and the cat accidentally unplugged my shit. We can start right back from, like,
I've
here.
never heard of such a thing.
Your cat's a dick.
Yeah,
Anyways, let's go ahead and do our shoutouts.
cool.
So I'm going to go ahead and start. My shoutout is going towards a YouTube channel, and it goes by the name Alex. That's it, just A-L-E-X. He lucked out to get that YouTube channel name very early, I imagine. I believe he's French.
Okay.
Fairly certain he's French. But he does cooking experiments. So stuff like he wanted to see, like making a croissant. The official thing is you're supposed to do the folds 6 times, so have folded it on itself 6 times. Which, okay, but he was like, but does it need to be 6? What if it's 5? What does 3 do? What does a million do? And how many folds would it take to get there? So then he did it. And that was really cool, because a million layers of butter sounds awesome. It turns out there's a very good reason it should be 6. You could do 5 or 6, but yeah, that's right. That's what you should go with. So he does cool stuff like that, like, hey, I have an experiment. I'm gonna try this.
Yeah, fair enough.
And then, like, he uses a leaf blower to get a briquette sort of fire hot enough to do proper wok techniques. And that's it.
Okay.
Cool stuff like that.
Alright, I'm going to do a shout out to a YouTube channel I've only watched 3 videos of so far, but they're all very entertaining. And it's called the Drawfee channel. And basically, the episodes that I've watched, it's 3 different people, 2 guys and a girl. And the first one I watched, they were just given like random shapes to make a digital picture out of. Like, for instance, one ended up being like a fucking room full of vampires based off of just this shape. There are other videos that I watched were them describing weird stock photos to each other and then like them drawing that thing. And it's been very, very interesting and hilarious. I would definitely recommend it. The videos are pretty long, obviously, but they seem to have all sorts of shit on that channel, so it seems pretty interesting.
Nice.
So I'm going to watch a lot more of them.
Cool beans.
But yeah, alright guys, we'll see you next time.
Thanks so much, guys.
Goodbye.